Guys, what's poppin'? It's your man AB tapping in. I gotta tell you about today's sponsor, Beard Organics. Look, it took Lou 49 years, but he finally was able to grow a beard, but he's doing the smart thing and he's taking care of it, all right? When he goes to the barbershop, he brings his kit from Beard Organics with him. First things first, you gotta use the beard wash. It is no point in doing all this extra work if your beard ain't clean. The foundation gotta be right. Next thing, you gotta hit it with the conditioner. That's gonna make it soft, and trust me, your lady friend will thank you. This is all natural and organic ingredients, so you ain't gotta worry about your face breaking out or no other weird stuff happening. Lastly, you gotta hit it with the beard oil. Couple of drip drips here, drip drip there, and when that light hits your beard, it twinkle and glisten. When you step out, people gonna ask you, yo, where did you get your beard products from? You can point them straight to beardorganics.com. Don't forget, let them know if you buy 3 items or more, you get an extra 20% off. So I don't know what you waiting on, but go to beardorganics.com. They got products and accessories. Go and get yourself right and let them know on deck sent you. Hey, what it do, what the business is.
It is another week in the books with the On Deck TV show. I am Spike Lou.
Man, holla at your boy Animal Brown, Animal_Brown if you're looking for me on socials.
Absolutely, man. And I am Spike Lou on them same social sites. AB, how you feeling out there?
Feeling good, feeling great. Got my first vinyl. I'm starting a vinyl collection. Shout out to Killer Mike. I talked about this not too long ago. He had a signing, and I went to the signing, man. Got my first vinyl, arguably album of the year. Stay tuned for that. But got that Michael sign, man. It was cool. He was a cool dude.
That Michael album is super serious rotation for me still to this day. But yeah, I need that vinyl. That would be a dope one to have on vinyl because it ain't really no skips on there. You can ride that straight through.
That's a fact. Man, listen. Action-packed show. It's a couple of topics I'm looking forward to. You couldn't wait to put DJ Envy in the show.
I gotta throw your boy in there. Absolutely.
You've been surprised you've been holding out for this long. We'll be talking about iHeart's new hosting opening on the Breakfast Club, possibly for DJ Envy. We'll discuss if it's time to move on. Benny the Butcher calls out rap critics, and a record label announces a new tour, the first of its kind. We'll tell you which one. But first, your man Suge Knight, behind bars currently in the middle of a bid, just announced his new podcast. Just when you thought podcasting couldn't be taken to new heights, we have an inmate 2784362 has a new podcast called Collect
Where'd
Calls.
you get that number?
No, I just made that number up.
I was like, damn.
Nigga be writing them letters.
Man, what? You looked him up, didn't you?
Yo, Suge Knight is launching Collect Calls with Suge Knight, the new podcast, man, from behind bars. Says he'll dive into top hip-hop topics, share life experiences, foster connections with younger and older artists, and address audience questions. My question to you, is this a must-listen, Suge Knight's podcast?
It is a must listen to at least see if it's a dumpster fire or if it has potential. Like Suge Knight is a captivating dude, man. So he's been around hip hop ever since I've, been listening to it in the early 90s and whatnot. And I know he got some stories. And I know he got some stories that ain't been regurgitated and heard 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. He got the stories where, shit, I'm in prison anyway, nigga, and it don't look like he's getting out, so I might as well let you know how this happened and the real deal behind it. So I'm excited about that. And, I was a big fan of Taxstone, and Suge can put us out. I wouldn't mind hearing Tax doing something from jail as well if he was in the mood to do that. But no, I think this is fresh. It's new. It's a voice that we're used to, so we want to hear the stories. We know how he came, his rise to fame. We were around when the lure was out there. Suge Knight was probably the scariest man in hip-hop for a minute. So, yeah, those stories are going to be interesting. I really hope that there's someone facilitating this that's good. That's my only concern. I don't want it to be, like you say, with Nori. I don't want it to be, like, off the rails and man, I wish they would get to it. I really want somebody good associated with it to facilitate it in a way where we're going to be able to keep interest to it. What say you?
Yeah, so it's being facilitated by Breakbeat Media, who is owned by Dave Mays. If that name sounds familiar, that's who founded the Source magazine. He
Mm.
says that 5 episodes, they're half-hour conversations. They're already 5 episodes have already been recorded. Those are in the can. It drops this week for those that are interested in hearing it. I'm definitely checking it out. I'm not gonna front. Suge Knight has a voice for podcasting. You know what I'm saying? I can see somebody being able to listen to it and it's not awkward, it's not weird. He should be able to hold a conversation and to communicate, to my knowledge, from what I remember of him talking and doing interviews. He should be able to do that. Now, will he be telling the truth? Will he be embellishing some shit to shit on people that he doesn't fuck with? That's where it was going to get tricky. Like, what is the real purpose of you doing this? That's what I want to know. And because he said multiple reports about just shit, like just teasing stuff, right? Like, oh, I saw who shot Pac, but I ain't gonna say nothing. Oh, I saw this, but I ain't gonna say. I know this, but I ain't gonna say nothing. Or it's like, dude, the pump fakes. If you're not gonna say something worth listening to, bro, then what are we talking about? And like you, to your point too, is this just him by himself? Is there a co-host that's a journalist that can carry this conversation and steer it in the right direction? Because things like that will get me out of there in 10 minutes if that's not the case. If this nigga just rambling, nigga with your call has 2 minutes left on the audio, no, I'm out. Like, no, I'm good. It needs to be a real podcast. You count your boy in, but I will listen to see on that first episode though.
Definitely check. Yeah, you're right. I'm checking it out to see what it is. I have to see that 100%.
It's a great idea though.
Like if it's on some, it is. It
It's
really
great.
is. And it really is. And Suge got stories, dude. Like Suge is one of those, like we were watching that the shit with Haitian Jack. Haitian Jack was a captivating dude. Like Suge is in that same vein, like a nigga that can hold the room. So I'm anxious to see how this sounds. And again, like you said, I really need a good journalist there with him too.
It says a sneak peek will be Tuesday the 24th, but actual audio episodes will drop on Thursdays with the video version on Fridays. Nigga, he finna be able to Joe Budden
version is crazy. The video version is crazy. How is Suge pulling that off?
Like, what if he had niggas visit him and sit on like a couch or something?
That would be hilarious. Niggas come to the pen to talk to him. That would be crazy. I don't like the slow rollout though. Like you ain't got to tease this shit, man. Drop that shit, nigga. Like ain't no, I don't need a Tuesday, a 3-minute clip, nigga. Drop. You slick might need to drop all 5 episodes on Tuesday to get people locked in. They may need a Netflix out of this, bro. So yeah, I'm anxious to see how this comes out. To be honest,
for sure.
The Pac story is gonna be crazy.
That's a fact. Because if anybody know, he know.
Anybody knows, he knows, man. Y'all check out that Suge Knight. What is it? Collect Calls with Suge Knight.
Yeah.
That's crazy name. Dave Mays is he still work with Kendrick, right?
No, you're thinking about Dave Free.
Who am I thinking about?
That's Dave Free.
Got it. Okay. Got it. All right. Next man. Gucci Mane recently was out. What is he promoting? A book?
He just dropped the album on the 17th.
Just dropped the album on the 10/17, and he was doing a promotion. He was there in store, wherever this was, and a fan came up, an aspiring rapper, and he just had to bust the freestyle, AB. Like he had to let Gucci know that he was that nigga, just start freestyling out of nowhere, and Gucci cut him off. Bro, that ain't what we here for. Was Gucci wrong for not listening to this man freestyle?
Yo, first of all, this was the same record store that I went to for Killer Mike, which is hilarious. It just happened a couple days prior. And he was signing copies of his Breath of Fresh Air album. You know, he's doing it like clean. Well, not clean, but Gucci's a little bit more. Yeah, it's a little more, adult, grown up or whatever. He on there with his wife and kids on the cover. Like that's the vibe that you're getting. But yeah, he wasn't wrong for cutting him off. It went viral because it was funny, which it was. But I'm also not mad at the dude. Like, bro, really? Gucci has put a lot of people on, and he's always looking for talent. He just signed a new white dude from like Chattanooga or something. I don't know. Maybe he's going in a different direction with the label like he is the music. I don't know. He tried to sign the country dude that was popping too.
Yeah, he tried to sign.
But if I'm the aspiring rapper, I don't know the next time I'm gonna run into a mogul, which is a record exec, which is what Gucci is. I don't know the next time I'm gonna see this nigga. So you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. It was funny. It was embarrassing. I'm not gonna front, like, because it went viral, nigga. This shit was on all the sites, dude. And the little music cut on right when he told him to stop talking, and they cut the album right back on, too. So that shit was funny. We don't know dude name. He ain't get no pub. I would be making a diss song if I was him right now. Dude. He need to capitalize off these 15 minutes. But I don't think Gucci was wrong, because he was right. This ain't the time or the place. You're holding up the line, bro. Like, it's people behind you they've been waiting. They trying to get pictures and shit signed. Bro, move out the way, bro.
Facts. You're not the only person here. That was my main thing, like what you said. Like, bro, get out of my way. Like, my nigga, I don't even plan on being here that long. And you holding that up. Like, no. It's 2023, bro. Like, I realize that people have gotten on like this before. They catch Kanye walking in the studio. They rap for Big Sean, and Big Sean mentions it in the album. I get it. But like you said, man, like, this nigga wasn't even prepared. Like, you didn't have a shirt on with your name on it, nigga. I don't know your at name no more. None of the blog sites reported your name. Like, at the very least, I'm not sure that he expected to get signed from this, but if you're looking for publicity, that he could have capitalized off that, but he hasn't, which is probably the reason why. Good man, just shut up, bro. You're not dressed right. Like, look at you, bro. And I ain't trying to shit on him, man, but like, bro, you got to have it together. Like, this man he's literally at work. Like, Gucci Man is at work. This is my job. I'm doing this, bro. You wasting my time. It's other people here who just came to get their album signed, and you're in their way. So, no, I have no sympathy for this dude. Like, I'm glad Gucci told him to be quiet. Nigga, go. Like, there's so many other ways to pop now.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many other ways to pop now. And even if he's in that position, you at least got to look like you got something going on. Like, if Gucci Man looking at you, he signed his book, he gonna look like, bro, this nigga ain't got shit going on. Like, you ain't, and God forgive me for judge, but you ain't fly. Like, you ain't got on no chain. You ain't got no buzz. All you look like to Gucci Man is a bill. You a nigga that came up rapping to me. Now I got to put money behind you. Hope you blow up. You're not even that impressive because I don't want to hear it. Like, no, bro, get away from me, man. It's all about, like, what you were saying, and we've said it as many times on this show before, man. You got to have leverage, even in these situations. Like, people have to recognize, see something about you, and then you got to have something going on. Like, the leverage in 23 is the thing. Having people on your YouTube, having Spotify listens, having a lot of followers, like, all of those things matter, my nigga. You could have been the coldest nigga in the world, and then he'd be like, hey, what's your at? And he pulled that up. You got 387 followers. He's still not fucking with. Yeah, like, so there's a lot more work that goes into it before you start freestyling for this nigga in a record store, embarrassing yourself, bro. Like, and again, it's me and you have two, like, similar personality. This is nothing that we would ever do.
No.
But even if it is in your personality to go out there and do that, man, you got to set that shit up right, man. Because it is people that don't fear embarrassment in their life. This dude is obviously one of them. We should have had a better plan, man. That ain't the plan.
Listen, man, you get with the owners of the store. You say, hey, bro, can you give me 5 minutes with Gucci? Just, you know what I mean? You buy a couple of records, nigga. You buy about 5 or 6 of them, nigga. Pass them out to some people outside and say, hey, can I get 5 minutes with something? Nigga, do something. You got to be prepared, and you got to read the room. Yes, we all know Big Sean caught Kanye coming out of the studio and LL Cool J. They go way back to LL Cool J outside of Def Jam, nigga, with the boombox playing. Like, I get it. Sometimes you can debo the situation, and sometimes you can be a Big Sean and you see Kanye walking by himself or like with limited people, not on the job, and you can get that off right then. This nigga's in the middle of, like you said, this is a 9 to 5, bro. Like, literally. He is literally in the middle of doing something, an obligation to his job. Bro, niggas ain't trying to hear that shit, bro. Like, I'm signing my name wrong because I'm listening to you, man, bro. Like, no, bro. Please move. So there's a level of read the room, but I can't be mad at somebody rolling the dice, because had it turned into something else, then we'd be giving them props for having big nuts, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it would be.
That's true. That's a lot of pressure to put on yourself, man. That got to be a hell of a freestyle, bro. Yeah, like, you might as well just go work at your YouTube, work at getting your followers up, but it's a lot of pressure thinking I'm gonna rap in this multi-millionaire's face who's been successful in this game, and this nigga gonna be impressed enough to be like, man, you know what? I'm gonna give you a shot. It's a
He gonna give
lot
him a
of pressure
chain
on
right
you, bro.
there, bro.
Yeah, right, nigga. Come on, bro. So yeah, like
Hey
you said, read the
man,
room. That's the
you gotta
perfect
be more a
response.
little more
Read the room,
strategic.
bro.
That's it. Like have a bunch of your people tag the nigga in a song or something. Like just there's other ways you can get niggas' attention,
It's a
man,
lot
without
of shit you
Bogarting.
can do. Right.
I'm good.
Taking everybody. You wasting one of the biggest things too, and you wasting everybody else time.
Yeah. You
Like
being
the nigga that's
considerate.
here, I'm a fan. Yeah, I'm a fan of Gucci. I just want him to sign my record, bro. You up here trying to freestyle, my nigga. Like, what the fuck? Now
I'm next
everybody
in
finna
line
get
and
put out because you
everything.
don't know how to act next. Yeah, now you done agitated this man. I can't even ask him a question now because you up here trying to freestyle. Like, get out of here, bro. Inconsiderate as hell.
Nigga I had an extra shirt for him to sign, hoping he don't even want to do that shit now or nothing because you jacked it, bro. Like, come on.
You done pissed this man off. You're
Oh,
rapping shit. Nigga, you sit down somewhere.
Next up, man. Fourth quarter is here, and it's starting to heat up a little bit, man. In hip hop, people are starting to release singles, promote new albums. We had a couple of singles that dropped over the weekend for some pretty big names. Wayne and 2 Chainz dropped their lead single to their new College Grove 2 project. Ross and Meek Mill dropped a new follow-up joint to their group project as well. J-Rock dropped a new single that Eastside, what is that? Eastside Jody, I think is the name of the album. Should be coming pretty soon. And then Wale dropped his first single in 2 years. He's back out, popped back out. Which one of these songs impressed you the most?
I like that J-Rock song, man. I really like that J-Rock song. I'm a J-Rock fan. I've been waiting on him to come out. We've mentioned it several times here before. I really like that J-Rock single. Yep. That Wayne and 2 Chainz was too playful for me. I don't really want to hit him on that. The beat was all right. I like that. Ross and Meek was a little snippet. It sounded like some freestyle stuff. I want to hear like the real, like the shit on the album. I know them niggas got a banger on there. They got a I'm a Boss or something like that on there. And I understand that they teasing it. So I expect that. Wale's single wasn't bad either. As always, high level rapping. I know that I'm gonna get that from Wale, but the sample or whatever it is, like the soulful sound that he had in there, loved it. So I would go J-Rock, Wale, Ross, Meek, and then 2 Chainz. What about you?
I'm gonna go ahead and get the one that I'm cool on out the way. That Wayne and 2 Chainz was mid. I saw them promoting the album. I think that was Jimmy Fallon. So they on a real like promotional. They performed the song and was had the little interview. One the interview was kind of funny though. I ain't gonna lie. So that's interesting. But I'm cool on the song. I'm good. We can skip that. That'll get played somewhere, just not in my whip. The Wale song was banging though. I ain't gonna lie. And I ain't gonna lie, them first like 30 seconds, I was kind of like, why he sound like, because he kind of looked different. I was like, but by the end of the song, I ran it straight back. I ain't gonna lie, because he was ripped. There are some lines in that song that are cold that I caught like on the third listen, and I was like, damn, this nigga spitting. So that was impressive, and it wasn't what I expected. I expected like him featuring Chris Brown, or he usually give you one of them, like with Usher or Jeremiah. He got them for days. And I was expecting like a radio song. And so when it kind of wasn't that, I was thrown off a little bit. But that shit was fire. The J-Rock shit is banging. Like that's one of the ones, him and Ab-Soul just on the hook, but he did exactly what he needed to do. Number one, it disappointed me that we're never going to get the Black Hippies, because if it was one verse J-Rock, one verse Schoolboy, one verse Kendrick with Ab on the hook, that song would have been the shit. And I'm so hot that we're never getting that. That's number one. Number two, I'm mad that I didn't hear that for the first time listening to the album. They didn't need to put this out. Just put the album out and let me hear this on number 6 and be like, damn, I can't get past that number 6. That motherfucker going. It would have had a bigger impact than his third single off the goddamn album. I like the Ross and Meek though. That song was banging too. Even though it was, like you said, it was a little freestyle throwaway, but it was banging though. They flipped that J lyrical exercise, I believe that's what that was. Yeah. They flipped that, and I thought that sounded good too. So we 3 for 4. That ain't bad. I'm not mad at the Weeknd in songs, because that J-Rock and Wale in my rotation, they both banging.
Facts. Did you read anything to Wale coming out at the same time as Meek and Ross, or you don't think it's nothing?
Man, listen, I thought that was interesting. I'm not gonna lie, but Ross and Meek didn't promote a new single that they was going to. They just dropped. Wale had promoted it. He put like a little teaser up like Wednesday, Tuesday, earlier in the week. So that was maybe already in the plans. And then Wale drops his last album. If you look at Wale, every album he's dropped since his debut is every 2 years. And his last album came out in 2021. So he's due before the end of the year if he stays to that same schedule he's been doing his whole career. So I don't know. I don't know about the drop, but that was a little coincidental. But I'm looking forward to that Ross and Meek, though. They make good music together. And they both need each other.
They need each other. They got a good network, so it's going to be some good features on there. It's going to be some good beats on there. I wonder is Wale going to be on there? I do want to know that.
That's a good point. Everybody was kind of asking for him on that Shaq and Kobe, and they were like, "This would have been better if it had been a full MMG joint." Obviously, it would have been called Shaq and Kobe at that point. But I wouldn't. I doubt it. I wouldn't hold my breath to see him on there though. I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't. He probably ain't gonna be on there. But I real quick, what I thought was interesting, that Wayne and 2 Chainz, they announced their release date, and it's the same day as Nicki Minaj's album. So I don't know if she's still on Young Money or not, but I thought that was weird. Like, I wonder why Wayne would drop the same day as Nicki if they're still like a thing. I'm not even sure. Or if she's still holding on to that date, because she announced that months ago. So maybe
I was gonna say, is she even gonna come in? Like, she ain't said anything else about it either. So
nah, we probably ain't getting it.
All right. Speaking of Wale, man, the aforementioned Wale, he's just signed with a hip hop strong, long, and been around forever label, Def Jam. Real quick, really simple question, AB. Is this a smart move or should he have stayed and went to Indy, right?
Man, I thought this is an interesting move. I would have thought that being off of MMG and Warner and Atlantic, and he's done the major label thing a couple of times. I'm surprised he went with a Def Jam. Def Jam doesn't hold the same cachet as it did back in the day. We all know that. But it's still Def Jam to some people of our ilk, but it doesn't really matter in the greater scheme of things. We haven't had a popular artist repping Def Jam in a long time. People got their own labels. They don't rep the major labels no more. I think he should have went the Big Crit route and just went indie, bro. I know it's a lot of work. I get it. If y'all remember, Crit signed to Def Jam, we were kind of looking like, it didn't necessarily work. It didn't translate. He did 2 albums and then went indie. He's been doing this thing ever since. Just speaking directly to his core fans, which is all that really mattered at the end of the day. I think Wale has enough of a base to have done the same thing, although we know the legwork is a bitch. So maybe that played a part. Everybody is not here for that. Jadakiss made that clear. And nigga, I'm not doing no indie shit. I'm going to get in this booth and give y'all these 216s. Y'all give me a check and I'm going home. So maybe that's what Wale is on. I don't know. I'm just glad the single is good, because if the single would have been some slaw, then I really would be looking sideways. But I'm interested to see what he ends up doing. But I was surprised. If he asked you, hey man, should I sign with Def Jam or go indie? What would you have said?
I would say sign with Def Jam. I don't think Wale is an indie dude, and that's a gift and a curse. In the gift sense of it, high level rapping, it needs to be promoted in a different type of way, and I don't think that he has or would have the budget to put towards having to promote a Wale. That's a different type of promotion that you're doing for somebody who ain't really doing, like, he can. Of course, he got no hands and things. Like, he has those big songs, but I don't really think that's his bag right now. Yeah, so he can focus more on rapping and not the marketing campaign. However, the curse of it is Wale always needs somebody to blame. And like once this doesn't work, I can see him going on a Breakfast Club and ranting again about how Def Jam didn't do this, that, and the third right 2 or 3 years from now. Wale need a villain. And Def Jam can be the villain, or they can help him out. But I do expect some type of back and forth with Def Jam at some point when he's not happy with the relationship. I feel like that Wale likes to put the bigger labels in the position where they can help him or hurt him, but most of the time, in his opinion, they hurt him, and then you get the whole Wale being Wale thing. So he needs that. He needs that to fuel him, that Def Jam move, I think.
He seems to have been on his best behavior as of late. You haven't really heard any rants in terms of people criticizing the music or not putting them on lists and things of that nature, or, bitching about my label. He's been real quiet about MMG. I'm surprised. I'm sure when he pops out for this promo, he'll get asked about that. That next Breakfast Club visit there'll be some MMG questions sprinkled in. Best believe that.
Thanks.
But I'm interested to see it, man. I would have went the crit route. I think I would have told him to do that. Because at the end of the
Really?
day, man, like you don't need like, bro, what do you need Def Jam for? You gonna see a Sprite commercial with Wale in it? Like I know. So it just there's no point.
Well, I think, and I may be wrong here, but I just think Wale works better. He's more of a creative than he is a businessman. And I think under the independent route, like you got to be more of a businessman than you are a creative.
Yeah.
Like all of these people work for you versus at Def Jam, like you have somebody that's in control of it that you're partnering with and things of that nature. But it is on Wale Music, I will say that. So it is a partnership.
Yeah.
It ain't that he just signed to them outright as a artist. I know it is a partnership similar to some of the other label situations that have happened over there at Def Jam. So he does still have to play that boss role, have that boss hat on. But I do think Def Jam gives him a little bit more flexibility to be a creative rather than just doing it independently, doing it alone.
No, that's true. You usually have an artist who's creative, and then they have a sidekick. There's a Jason Jeter or a Shaka Zulu, or and you got one is the mascot and one is the business mind. Because being creative and having top tier business is, bro, I don't know. Other than Jay, bro, I don't know who got that on lock like that. Honestly,
y'all let us know in YouTube comments, man. Yeah, y'all let us know the creative and businessman who took it all the way. We definitely are blanking on that because I can't think of one either.
Yeah.
Next, CMG. CMG announces AB that they are going on tour, and who's going to be the opening act? Who's going to be the closing act? Who's going to be the middle act? All CMG people. Whole label roster is hitting the road. Doug just got out. Glorilla, Bag, Gotti, Black Youngster, and whoever I'm forgetting, I'm sorry. Should more labels put this play into effect, AB?
I'm shocked I haven't seen this before. I ain't gonna lie. The closest was Rough Riders Cash Money 30 years ago. that I was in the building for. Shout out to Nashville, Tennessee. That was a long time ago, showing my age, but I'm shocked that that hasn't happened more. You forgot ESTG, Mozzie, your boy Black Youngster, Big Boogie. It's a decent, well, it's actually more than a decent roster. There's more than enough music to have a nice night out if you're in this crowd. And they just dropped their second compilation a couple of weeks ago. The first compilation they dropped last year, which was banging on the low. This last one really didn't do nothing for me. But the first one was banging. They're going to 4 cities, man. Fort Worth, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Washington, D.C., and Charlotte, North Carolina. So it's not as if they're going on a global-ass tour. But this is dope, and this is probably a lot cheaper to put on than a festival. I'm sure the CMG Festival was a thought, but they decided to go this route. So salute to them. I'm shocked we don't see this more often, honestly. It's a nice play.
Yo, Gotti doing it again. He's doing it again, making those business moves that, we don't see a lot. It's not oversaturated. These are all my artists. I'm sure he's going to make a lot of money from this. I like it. I think more at labels should do it, like what you said. QC doing this a while ago would have probably been fire. I don't even know if QC is still a label. But there are a lot of labels that could do this or could have done this when they had more artists. TDE, I'm thinking of. Maybe Dreamville. Yeah, this is fire.
But they got festivals. Dreamville has a festival. Good Music had a festival. OVO got a festival. So they went this route.
That's why Drake's artists perform at that festival?
Yeah.
Like the OVO roster, they be there?
I mean, sometimes.
I wouldn't know.
Who's on the OVO roster?
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, I wouldn't know if they were there or not, like, if he could introduce them. But no, this is dope by Yo Gotti, man. We talked about this, and we talk about it or reference it all the time. I think Yo Gotti is going to be one of those dudes in the next generation that we look at like, God damn, that nigga done came up. Like, as far as this his business acumen, having these different acts, I like having him out there. I'm sure this is like, if it's an independent tour, he's going to make a lot of money from it, and he can pump it. He got the capital to be able to do so. Yeah, more labels should do this, and this is a great fucking job by Gotti putting this together.
And it's easy for him to do because he has several artists that have solid solo foundations. So you can have Moneybagg Yo come out and do a set pretty easily. You know what I'm saying? Gotti can do his own set easily at this point. Glorilla and G can do their sets. Mozzie can do their sets. So I don't know of another roster that's this stacked that could do it. That's probably the thing, and to go to different cities. Like, can Dreamville go to 4, 5, 6 cities? Like, probably not. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you come to our backyard and we'll have our artists do their 30-minute, what's name at 2:00 midday on Saturday, warming up for the big dogs that's gonna come in 5, 6, 7, and 8. But you called it. You hit the head on the nail, or the nail on the head. QC blew it. Why didn't they do this, bro?
This when they was hot. They should have done this when they were high. I don't even know if QC is a label anymore.
Yeah,
they did sell, didn't they? They sold it to 300.
Scooter Braun. Oh no, was the Scooter Braun?
I ain't heard from them since, dude. That's crazy. Since they made that like $200-300 million deal, we ain't heard from them since. Like,
nah, it's been quiet.
Lil Baby been struggling. Like, none of the acts. Your man said he left. Dude from Memphis, Duke Deuce. I ain't
did
a peep out of QC since they sold.
It was a South Korean, it was Scooter Braun's company, Hybe, HYBE, for $300 million.
Got it. Damn, I know they like fucking. I got my money already.
Lil Baby, Migos, Yachty, City Girls, Duke Deuce. That's the 5. That's a 4 or 5 city tour, easy. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody.
Damn QC.
Yeah, they blew
All right, man. Moving on. I just got this off my feed too, AB. This is popped up rather popped up rather recently. Mm-hmm. Benny the Butcher is calling out critics online. He says they focus too much on criticism and they're not just enjoying the music. He said everybody trying to be Stephen A. Smith. Does Benny the Butcher have a point, AB, or is he being sensitive?
Look, I was one of the first people on here when that Drake dropped that expressed my displeasure with people hitting me up at the crack of dawn to let me know how much they did or didn't like the album. And it had been out for a total of 17 minutes. So if he's speaking to that perspective, that is the part that I don't like about the game. People that are quick to call something classic or trash, putting it in one of the two boxes. That part of the critics is some slaw. But Benny's got to understand that every aspect of art gets criticized. I just went to a movie the other day that was 3.5 hours long by a very popular director, Martin Scorsese, who is a legendary director that has heat in the bag. And I thought this shit was ass. I criticized it in the group chat, dude, because I thought that shit was trash and I can't get them 3.5 hours back. So any art, nigga, if you go to a restaurant tomorrow and it's garbage, you're going to criticize it to motherfuckers on Yelp or in the group chat or somewhere. It just is what it is. TV shows, books, nothing is off limits. If anybody came around here and only said positive things about your music, Benny, you would be looking at them like a yes man and you would want them to keep it a stack. That's not keeping it a buck if I only focus on what was good about something. I have to show non-bias and balance and give you what was good and what wasn't good. And there shouldn't be anything wrong with that. If he's talking about the 8 a.m. critics when the album drops, then yes, I'm with him on that. But everything else, he gotta chill and just take that.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. Like, what really I did not like about the video is like he thought he was dropping bars though.
That fact.
Like he thought that he was like, it was a revelation. Like, oh man, y'all niggas not Steven A. Like, nigga, shut up, nigga. Niggas is gonna criticize your music and you gonna take it, nigga. Like, what else can you do? Like that's it. I don't understand his frustration with it. Like, you're doing essentially the same thing that they doing. All they criticizing my music. I'm gonna put 2 1-minute long posts out telling y'all about how like go rap. What if a nigga told you, well, don't respond to me as a critic, just go rap. All we want to hear you do is rap. Then what would you say about that? So now, like you said, all art gets criticized. There's a reason, like, yeah, people do it because they love it, but it's also a point of conversation. Like, great art drives conversation. That's what it does. Whether people like it or don't like it. And if they don't like it, who cares? That don't mean that I got to put my Twitter up and shut my Instagram down because you don't agree with my opinion. Like, Benny needs to get over himself and his music. Like, people can tell you, bro, that they don't like your music. And you should be able to take that without coming and putting 2 long 1-minute post up like, oh, well, y'all should stop criticizing. Y'all think y'all Stephen A. Smith. Yes, nigga. Okay, and like, what's the point? So yeah, like this is way out of left field. I think he was just doing too much. Go rap. That's what I would say to him telling people to stop being critics.
There's a certain percentage of people that are talking shit online that are trolling. So you can't count them because Benny. I hope Benny's not seeing trolls. And
yeah, you're a professional.
Exactly,
you're a professional rapper, bro. Like you addressing the trolls is just adding fuel to the fire.
Yeah, that would be silly.
That's it.
That niggas are either paying money for your album or they're paying money for the streaming service that is streaming your album. So people have the right to criticize if somebody paid money to listen to something or to eat somewhere or to watch something. Nigga can criticize, dude. And what qualifies the next person versus another? That's it's too much gray area when it comes to shit like that, bro. Everybody's opinion matters unless they trolling. Now if they're trolling, then fuck them. But other than that, bro, what are you gonna do? You want people to put it out and just say only nothing but positive things? Would you want a homeboy nigga with every song you played was like, nigga, that's a classic, that's a great song, Benny? No, you wouldn't, bro. You'd be like,
there, nigga, you spitting.
Yeah, man, hey, man, nigga, that shit is like, come on, bro. You would want a nigga to keep it a buck.
Best verse
that ain't it. If it ain't it, it ain't it.
It might be your best verse yet, bro. You can say that 4 times a day.
Yeah, exactly.
What are we doing?
Come on now. That's not realistic, bro. And you don't want that. So don't ask for that. Now, I will say, niggas is artists and they sensitive about their shit. So I get that because it's coming from a place that is close to them. And they may feel like, damn, nigga, y'all didn't catch what I said right here and right here. And maybe some people did, maybe some people didn't, but that doesn't always make it good. It's levels to it. Benny, I'm looking forward to the next project. I'm here for it. I like this last 2. We had that album from 2021 or 2020. We had that like in our top 3. Like that shit was fire. So just keep doing that, bro. You ain't got nothing to worry about. They think he was capable for Drake. Yeah. That's what people think. Because of the backlash that he was getting for the feedback on his shit.
Listen, man. If no one has told Benny this, that Drake feature song that y'all got is not coming out, bro. I don't care how much capping you do. Like I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Benny, but bro, that record is never getting released, bro. Like he's never gonna clear it. You can say whatever you want in his defense, but yes, that's over with, bro. So like. It surprises me that this bothered him that much, especially with a nigga like him that's getting it, you're successful. Like, why does it even bother you? Like, you ain't stopping nothing on your end, bro. What we got next?
Oh, shit. Man, before we get to these wins and losses, iHeart Radio has a job posting for a very interesting position. They're looking for a new host for The Breakfast Club. Now, of course, we know Angela Yee left a couple of weeks ago to start her own podcast. So there's been a revolving chair of guest host, and I guess nothing has stuck with the people that they've had in the chair. So there's a post up right now for a new host. Now, coincidentally, one of their current hosts, DJ Envy, is tied to a lot of hot water with his business partner, Caesar, when it comes to the real estate shit. People got him tied to some pyramid scheme shit, a whole bunch of shit that you don't want your name tied to if you're a businessman. So with these two things happening simultaneously, do you believe it's time to move on from DJ Envy off The Breakfast Club?
Yeah, it may be time. And I don't want to kick a man while he's down, but when you have the feds come to your employer's spot and they
I heard that was Cap, though.
Electronic devices.
They said that was Cap.
The feds did come there. The feds went to iHeart.
The lawyer said that was Cap, but it's a lawyer, so
I was about to say
it's a lawyer, with no doubt. But they did say that didn't happen. That's not why they came.
He said the feds did not come to iHeart.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you are associated with a brand and you're as high profile as DJ Envy, what iHeartRadio has to start worrying about is, are we going to be now associated with these lawsuits because he's an employee of ours? Because he used maybe our airwaves to do the promotion for this business that they're saying is sketchy. So now our people, in effort to just have it settled and not really win the case, we're going to name iHeart because they don't want their name in it, and they'll just give us $1 million rather than go to court and have to go through all that dirt and shit. So that's what you have to worry about with iHeart. And also, if you fire him, though, that makes you kind of look like, well, if you fire him, it makes it kind of look like that you, how do you say this? it looks like that you're separating yourself from him so you can prevent that, and you don't want to do that if you're iHeart, because it almost means that I'm admitting some type of guilt. So it's a catch-22 here. Is it time for them to move on? Probably so. If I were Envy, I think it'd be time for me to go too, because it's hard. You and our content creators, it's really hard to do this stuff when you got such a personal thing going on.
Yeah.
And hey, everybody, good morning. Like, that shit don't sound the same. Niggas losing weight in their face. Like, you looking at him like, bro, like, you might need to just go take care of yourself, bro. Like, and I ain't saying guilty or innocent, anything like that, but it just may be time for that relationship to be over, just so he ain't got to sit there in it every day. Because that's what's always on motherfuckers' mind. Charlamagne was trying to, I don't even want to talk about it. Charlamagne was saying, but Envy had to address it, because like every day I come up here and motherfuckers is asking me about it, and they looking at me side eyes. There's an elephant in the room. So iHeart may just be thinking like, bro, let's just sever ties. Let's mutual agreement. You go your way, we'll go ours. So I can see it.
Here's the thing. Here's the bottom line. If I'm iHeartRadio, has this affected our bottom line yet in any way, shape, form, or fashion? Has anybody called up here and said, hey, man, dude, y'all got dude up there? Hey, pull our ads. Hey, pull this. Yeah, we're not renewing our ad of dude up there. When you start getting those emails and calls, then that's a no-brainer at that point. But if that hasn't happened, then you straight then. Then there's no need to pull away. There's been no charges brought. Most of the heat is on the Caesar dude, and most of like the actual heat in terms of handcuffs and jail time. That heat is on dude. Envy's name, Envy's got the more famous name, so it's kind of sensationalizing the story. It's a juicy story when you add his name to it, but to the extent of his involvement, we really don't know if he did or didn't. But he did play a role because he introduced us to dude. We didn't know who dude was until he brought him on Breakfast Club and went on tour and shit. So he's got some level of responsibility, but does that mean that iHeart is like, yeah, we got to get rid of you? I don't know if it's gotten there yet, but I think if they do make that call, like if that happens in the next week or two, it's because it was affecting their bottom line. That's the only thing they care about, bro. If that shit ain't affecting the bottom line, they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? If that happens, it's over, though.
What future bottom lines? Like if people start saying, like you said, deals start pulling out, people start saying, well, I don't want to do that because Envy there or something like that, then
that too.
I can see that happening. You think Charlamagne can carry that show by himself? Like,
no. And that's not a knock.
So would it be over for Breakfast Club?
No, they will hire somebody. Listen, this ad is for up to 300,000 for this position. Motherfuckers is applying. There will be no shortage of talent applying.
I filled out an application. What are you talking
about? I move to New York tomorrow. Nigga, you ain't talking about nothing.
I'll beat it.
Early as fuck, bro. 3 o'clock in the morning, nigga, ready. What's up? Energetic as fuck.
Facts.
Yeah, there'll be no shortage of people looking for that position. So they'll find somebody, and people kind of like your girl, Jess. They like her, and to find somebody to replace Envy, that shouldn't be too difficult. You know what I'm saying? The line for DJs, nigga, is out the door, nigga, to try to get that position.
You got anybody in mind?
I don't. I ain't even up on the DJ game like that. Who got a decent enough personality?
Would it have to be somebody else that's good at music, like a DJ, or could it be some?
Yeah, I think so. They'd have to take on that responsibility of doing the mixes and all of that shit,
playing, mixing and stuff.
Yeah, they'd have to play that role. So I have no idea, but I'm certain they can find somebody else quickly if they really wanted to.
Facts.
I'll learn how to DJ, nigga. You ain't talking about nothing.
Go to DJ school, nigga. Them $300K a year.
Next up, man, what we got for these wins and these losses?
Wins and losses, man. The first win or loss, Michael Irvin, famous Dallas Cowboys wide receiver, man. He was on one of the shows on Fox Sports News, AB, and he calls out his son. That's a rapper. He said he doesn't know what his son is talking about because he grew up in a gated community his whole life, but it's talking about killing and dealing. Hey, B, is this a win or a loss, man, getting called out on TV by your dad because you're rich, but you want to be a struggle rapper?
This is a W because these kids don't give a shit if dude really about that life or not. They want to know if it's shit sliding or not, bro. Like nobody gives a shit. And like it's funny to us. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's funny to us. But the people that he's rapping for, because I listen to some of the music, he's not rapping for me and you. He's rapping for kids and people that don't know no better and don't give a shit, bro. So Yeah, it's a W because he's gotten his name pubbed out here more than any song he's put out has done for him. So this free promo is a dub.
Yeah, best promotion he could have ever got. 100% best promotion he could have ever got. Um, Again, like we've said it here, we had a conversation about Gunna, 6ix9ine, and all these different people. Like, it's slick don't even matter no more.
If people like the music, bro, it
how you
trumps that
came up.
shit,
Right.
bro. I will
It
say
does
I
not
thought this
matter.
was interesting when Offset was on Breakfast Club. Charlamagne asked him about the music. He said, "Damn," he said, "Bro, I was listening to the album, bro. And like, you got like 10 hoes on the first two songs." He was like, "Bro, like, why don't you ever rap about being married and like rap about your actual life and what you got going on?" And he was like, "Man, the people that listen to my music don't want to hear that. They want to hear like the fantasies. They want to hear the quote unquote cool shit or whatever. They'll look at me like I'm washed if I start talking about being married and shit. Because most of the people my age aren't married." So he was like, they don't want to hear that. They want to hear he got to be 31, 32 maybe. So he was like, people don't want to hear that. They want to hear the fantasy, cool, the fly shit, me talking my shit. So I say that to say, I thought that was interesting that he's rapping some shit that he's not, may or may not be living, which most people are. It's all embellished at the end of the day. But so what's the difference between that and what this dude doing? He rapping what he thinks sound cool.
Or an author that writes fiction books.
Exactly.
I don't know if people are familiar with Zane books, but I'm sure she's not the freakiest woman in the world. She just writes that type of work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, that makes sense. Like, it didn't make sense in our generation, the age that we grew up in, but now that rap is much more of a spectacle, like it makes sense. Like niggas saying, I'm writing fiction stories, bro. I'm no different from Stephen King.
Yeah.
What's the problem with that?
I mean, Brenda didn't really exist, but the thought of the essence of it was a thing, but the
Good
person was just it was a story. There's a million of them in rap, bro. I mean, it is what it is.
Facts. All right, W or loss, AB, the next hip hop symphony in Atlanta, like Jeezy's and Rick Ross, is T.I. Is it a win or a loss?
This is a win. Because one, I'm gonna be there. Don't worry about it. I'm getting fitted for my tux now. That's first off. But I will say, if they called me and say, "Hey, bro, we got T.I. or we got Outkast for this next hip hop symphony, who do you want?" I can't say that I would have said T.I. Like it would have been a photo finish, but I think I would have went with Outkast. So it's still a W because I'm fucking with it. But there's other people I may think fit that vibe better than T.I. But I'm going. Don't get it twisted.
I'm in there like swimwear, like you said. Outkast would be fire. I hope that they do that. But everybody listens to this show knows T.I. is probably my favorite rapper ever. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Don't care what album, don't care what song it is. I know that he's going to do the damn thing in there. So shout out to Tip. He been pushing. What he been doing lately? Like the 30-year or 20-year anniversary of trap music, I think.
20, yeah, that's what this is gonna celebrate.
Anniversary, that's what this is. Yeah. And shout out to him and Gucci, man. Just it was a clip came out earlier this week that they squashed their differences and, you know, commended each other on their roles that they played in trap music. So
had no idea they had beef.
Our generation. You remember they ain't like each other, man. You know he said Tiny was ugly and shit.
Oh yeah, but Gucci was in like a space where he was just going in on everybody though. I feel like
it don't matter. You still talking about my wife, nigga. I don't care if you like it. I don't give a fuck about none of that, nigga. What you had going on. It was a bad day. You got Twitter jacked. I don't give a fuck about none of that, nigga. That's my wife. Like Will Smith said. So it was definitely beef behind that. I could understand T.I. not fucking with him behind that. And it wasn't, you know, one of the great things that Atlanta does though, and I commend them for this. Like, if it is beef, it ain't like low. National. Yeah, it ain't like, them niggas is big. It's like, I don't fuck with that nigga. He can get his money. I'm gonna get mine. But it ain't no thing where we need to talk about it on every damn interview and site that we on. So I do commend them for that. But it was definitely some tension there since that freeze. What was that? Freeze Me video? That's probably the last time them niggas was cool.
That's deep right there. I don't even know that shit.
Yeah. You remember? He was at the video.
Oh, that's right. It was him and Dro. Yeah.
Young Dro and Freeze Me, whatever that bullshit was. But yeah, they ain't been cool since then. That was the last time they was cool. That was what 2011, 12?
Yeah. tough.
That was a long time. Thanks. All right, last before we get out of here, winner or loss, Whack 100. Oh my God. Whack 100 says that Will Smith is a hotter rapper in the 90s than Tupac. AB, is that a win or a loss?
Bro, he had the wildest quote. When that wasn't even the wildest thing he said when comparing Will Smith and Tupac.
That's impossible.
This nigga said,
why are we comparing Will Smith and Tupac?
That's first off. That's first and foremost. He was on an interview with DC The Truth, but a nigga said, put some respect on Will Smith's name, bro. The only thing Pac did better than Will was get killed better in real life. Other than that, he can't fuck with Will on nothing. Music-wise, Will was hotter than Pac. Will was hotter than Pac before Pac was hot. That's a fact. Now, see, that's a different. Those are two. First of all, the first statement is.
I was gonna say now you're trying to mix it up. Yeah, you're doing that con man shit.
Bingo.
Yeah, nigga. Yeah.
Don't say he was hot before Pac was hot. That's one statement. Don't say he was hotter than Pac though. That's different. That's cap. I don't believe that. Not music wise. I don't believe that. Nah. He was hot before Pac though.
Yeah, he was hot before Pac. It was a point in time for people who may not know, may not be as old as you. Like, it was a point in time. Will Smith was the biggest name in hip hop.
Facts.
Like, let's not get it twisted. Like, he was when Parents Don't Understand came out. Facts. And shit like that. Like,
it was big.
Will was that nigga. Absolutely. Yep. So don't get it twisted in what we're saying here. However, he wasn't Tupac. Like that before he even got to Tupac status. Like, he started doing the movies and shit.
Yeah,
like he was much more
in the TV show.
Yeah, in the TV show, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He was much more of an actor when he got big, and he was big for being an actor as well as a rapper. I mean, sort of like Tupac. Tupac was trying to make that transition, but musically, the impact that Tupac made and making to this day is far surpasses anything Will Smith has ever done.
And I listen. Summertime is gonna ring off at barbecues from now until the end of time. Like, there's no question about that.
And so will To Live and Die in LA and California Love and all of that shit too, nigga. God, Whack is crazy. Why them niggas hate Pac?
Bro, I don't know what that's about, bro.
A lot of them West Coast niggas hate Pac, and that is crazy.
That's true.
Shout out friend of the show, Glasses Malone, man. He always find a way to shit on Pac too.
Maybe because he's not from the West. Maybe that's why.
Maybe that's it. Yeah, he kind of, maybe that's it, man. But, all right, damn.
I don't know, but it's nasty though.
It's disgusting.
That nigga said the only thing he did better was die in real life. Like, what are you talking about?
What does that even mean?
What does that mean?
Even mean,
bro?
Like, what the fuck?
That's stupid. Let's go to On Deck of the Week, man. Shout out to Oreo_Frito on YouTube. He poses a question, why would Kanye need a label? Anything that he posts or does goes viral. He can just put out a post or put out music on any type of distribution platform and talk directly to the DSPs since he's Kanye. Mans would then get profit from saying he will take pre-orders for tickets to concerts, merch, hard copies of the album, etc., and then put most of the money into his creation for the album and rollout. Shout out to the comment. Do you think he just would say fuck a label and he could just do it on his own?
Nope. We talked about it with Wale. He don't want to do the work. Kanye want to be Kanye. I don't want to have to worry about all the business shit. Like, he could hire somebody to do it. But then, like, how much is that person going to charge them? Are they going to do it right? Or are they going to be compatible with them? But it's the same thing that we were saying about Wale. Same thing we talked about with Jadakiss and Styles P. Like, some people are just label people and some people are more independent people because they have more of a business savvy. Kanye West is a really good marketer. He's a very good creative. But again, once we're talking about the Jay-Z stuff,
no,
I don't know if that's Kanye. And that's what you need probably times 10 if you're going to be independent and be successful. Like,
that's a fact.
What's the nigga name? Russ?
Yeah, he killing it.
That nigga, yeah, he's a really good artist, but he's a great businessman.
For sure.
So.
Yeah. I agree. Appreciate the comment, though, man. Make sure y'all hop on there and leave comments based on any topic. Pick a topic from today's show and leave a comment. Put me on something, man, before we get out of here.
Two things. I did finish. I know I said I put this on already, but I want to give an update on it because it was a self-read book, the Rich Paul book. I finished.
Oh, yeah.
It was shorter than I expected. It was good, man. I got a whole different perspective of Rich Paul knowing his story now, man. I appreciate it. If you are business savvy, you want to get in your entrepreneurial bag, like listen to that. Rich Paul, like just how his life was set up, and like I won't call it luck, because you do have to put some work in to even be lucky.
Right.
But he got some situations that happened where, like, damn, like I could see where he is today and how the universe works for him. So that Rich Paul book is solid. It's a must listen if you again in your entrepreneurial bag. And I watched a new TV show on Paramount Plus called Halo, based off the video game.
Oh, okay.
Completely missed that. I know it's been out a while, but I watched the first episode. It was fire. Like I was in, like, it was one of those where it surprises you about 10 minutes in, and then from 10 minutes to about 40 minutes, you like, okay, you locked into it. So Halo on Paramount Plus is solid. What you got?
Yeah, you mentioned luck, and just kind of there's another word I want to use for it, but the way he met LeBron, much like chance, probably. Like that was supposed to happen.
You know the rest of the story behind it?
I just know he met him in the airport or something. He had a jersey on, and LeBron stopped him and was like, damn, bro, where you get that?
So he tells the story in the book, and it's, man, he missed there is an opportunity there, like, to go into that relationship, because that's where the book ends. Like, the book ends with, I'm in the airport, and this kid asked me about my Jim Brown jersey, whoop-de-woo, and I tell him, I give him a card and tell him that I can get him anytime, like, whatever it may be, and then he says, my name is LeBron, and the book essentially ends there. There's another little epilogue behind that. But what I will say to that story, when I talk about luck, this nigga seen somebody in a throwback jersey before they were popular. And he always been like the fly dude, like the dress fly. He said since he was like 8 or 9 years old. He asked the nigga where he got that jersey from. The nigga told him, but this was 01, like 99 or some shit like that. He had internet at the crib. So he starts looking up the Hardwood Classic patch.
Yep.
And he Googles like the Hardwood Classic shit. And he finds a nigga down here in Atlanta that has a store. And this nigga had gave Outkast their jerseys and shit like that. Rich called him. And that's why I say, like, yeah, luck helps, but you still got to do the work. Rich looked up the number online, called the white man, and he was like, look, bro, I want to invest in your business. This nigga was like 18. This 30-year-old white man had a business or whatnot. And the white man was like, okay, cool. Like, come meet me in the A. And he came down and met him in the A. White dude was like, I can't let you invest, but I'll let you work here. And if you work here, at this point in time, Rich was a drug dealer. He had plenty of money or whatnot. He was buying, he said, maybe 4 or 5 jerseys from dude a week at $300 a piece.
Yeah, they tax him.
And dude told him, if you come work for me, work in the store, help me with the register, I'll give you 40% off your jerseys. He said, okay, cool. I'll fly down to the A once a month and I'll work for you. He would buy about 10 jerseys, bring them back to the crib, and sell them out of the trunk. So now I'm getting the jerseys for 40% off. It ain't no overhead. I'm selling them for ticket price, which is, I'm getting them for $150. I'm selling them for $300. I'm doubling every time up. And Rich was already popular in Cleveland, so people would, it wasn't even just that it was the throwbacks. It was like all Rich got the throwbacks. Like he was a famous person. So I say all that to say, it was really lucky that LeBron met him and dapped him up on the jersey thing, but that nigga did a lot of work. From I seen a nigga with a jersey to I'm going to find a business that has that jersey. I'm going to work at that business. This dude, because he can't supply me, he's going to introduce me to the owners of Mitchell and Ness because that's where he bought the jerseys from. Now I'm riding around my hometown with 50, 30, 50, 60 jerseys and niggas just hit me up and I just pull up in a parking lot and I'm selling all of them out. It's crazy that that's the thing that got you to be, oh, I'm dating Adele and I'm an agent and I fuck with LeBron. Because he said from that time that I dapped LeBron up, like, we was just cool. Like, the nigga would hit me up. I was pretty, like, popular around the city, so he fucked with me. I would give him advice. He would give me advice. And he said one day LeBron just hit him up. He's like, hey, bro, what's your social? And he was like, what, nigga? But he said maybe a couple of days later after LeBron asked him, man, he got a check in the mail. And the check was for I think a couple $1,000. It was $48,000 net gross a year. And he called LeBron up. He was like, what's this? He was like, bro, I don't really know what I'm paying you for. I just know that I want you around and you give sound advice. You've been solid to me since I met you. So once we do figure it out, then we can talk about all the rest of the stuff. But right now, I know I want you to be paid, and I want you to fuck with me. And boom, like the story was motivating as hell.
That's hard.
And what I get from it, like you said, like, yeah, you can get lucky, but you still got to do that work. Like, I fuck with Rich Paul a lot more now since I read that book.
Yeah, now since I've watched a couple of his interviews, he about to get added to my I won't take no slander about Rich Paul list. I'm 2 seconds from putting him on that list. Nigga, if I'm gonna listen to this book,
man, he on that list for me now. When you I think you'll like that book, even though he read it. And in the rare instance, him reading it made you feel it more.
Okay,
because it was like, it's genuinely his story, and this nigga telling you about it. It's almost like you're having a conversation with him. So yeah, you definitely check that out. If y'all get the chance to listen to that Audible book, man, check it out. Read. It's called Lucky Me by Rich Paul.
And what they say, luck is when preparation meets opportunity. Real quick, my put on is some album that came out over the weekend that probably didn't get a lot of pub, but it's grown man contemporary rap. Shout out to Joel Ortiz and Crooked Eye. They dropped a project called Prosper. It's a little 10-piece joint. If you're a grown man, tax-paying citizen like myself, you will enjoy this rap right here from two rapping ass niggas that's not trying to be too lyrical, miracle, spiritual, but they barring niggas up and they talking grown man shit. It's some really dope joints on here. It's a real easy listen, little 10-piece. I recommend that. If everybody know who Joel Ortiz is and Crooked Eye One, they have a Slaughterhouse. We all know who the fuck they are. But I'm saying they're making some pretty good music. We know they can rap. Can they make music? Yes. Just check this project out if you need something to hold you over until whoever out about to come out these next couple of weeks.
I'm glad you told me about that. I'm definitely fucking with that. What's the name of the album?
Prosper.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm fucking with it, man. Until the next time, people, another episode in the can. YouTube.com/OnDeckTV show. Make sure you leave a comment there and like and all of that good shit. Subscribe, all that shit. Tell a friend, all of that shit. And Animal_Brown on Instagram. I am Spike Lou as well. Anything else before we get out of here?
Man, go buy y'all some Beard Organics. The bearded brethren out there, man, y'all want some really good beard product, man. I know you're hearing the ads. You've probably seen the video. Go check that out. It's really good natural beard care that'll help you out. I've been using it when I go to the barber, so go check out Beard Organics.
Absolutely, man. Until the next time, we out.